Dear viewers, welcome to my channel. In this video, I'll be dealing with the theoretical aspects of the royalty accounts. The video contains the meaning of royalty, parties to the royalty, terms referred in royalty, journal entries to be passed in the books of lessee, publisher, then the manufacturer. Kindly watch the video till the end, like it, share among your friends, and subscribe to the channel. If you already subscribed, kindly ignore the message. And if you have any comments, please put your comments in the comment box. Now let's move to the presentation. Royalty, it is an agreement between the two parties. The one party is having the right and the another party gets the permission of using the right belonging to the another by paying some consideration for the usage of the right. In other words, royalty is a periodical payment for the use of certain property or right belonging to the another. In other words to say, this is the payment to the owner by the user of the asset is nothing but called as royalty. And such a royalty is calculated on the basis of the quantity of the output or the sales made here. Then the royalty payable by a publisher to the author, then a royalty may be payable by a manufacturer to the patentee, royalty may be payable by the lessee to the lessor. The parties to the agreement of the contract of royalty are lessor and lessee. That is, here the lessor means the one who has the right, and whereas the lessee is the one who uses the right belonging to the lessor. Similarly, it may be in the form, the parties to the agreement may be author and publisher. Here publisher makes use of the right belonging to the author by selling his work. Manufacturer uses the right belonging to the patentee. So on the basis of the output, the royalty will be paid here. Now let us see the terms used in the royalty accounts. The minimum rent. Here it is as the name itself indicates, it is the minimum amount of the rent payable by the user of the right to the owner of the right in case of the actual royalty is less than the minimum rent. That means here the minimum rent in the initial stage, there will not be much sales to the user of the right. So in that case, the owner of the right will have a loss. In order to compensate such loss, the agreement between these two parties is fixed with a minimum rent. So whether the sales are more or less, this minimum rent is to be paid. Suppose if the actual sales value, if the royalty is greater than the minimum rent, then minimum rent need not be paid. In such case, actual royalty has to be paid here. So it is the minimum rent which is to be paid by the user of the right to the owner of the right in case of the actual royalty is less than the minimum rent. The owner is entitled to get the fixed minimum rent in case of the royalty does not exceed this amount here. Then short working. Here short working is nothing but it is the excess of minimum rent over the actual royalty. It is also called as redeemable dead rent. Mathematically speaking, short working is nothing but the difference between the minimum rent and the actual royalty here. These short workings can be recouped by the user of the right in the subsequent years when the actual royalty is greater than the minimum rent here. The next one comes here, surplus. Surplus is the amount in excess of the actual royalty over the minimum rent. So that is called as a surplus, and out of such a surplus, the earlier years short workings can be recovered here or recouped here. Then the next one comes here, recoupment of short working. Here, recoupment of the short working means the agreement of the royalty provides the user of the right to recover the losses which he has incurred by paying the minimum rent when it is greater than the actual royalty. So there is a scope for the recovery of the short workings which has incurred here. So such recovery of the short working is of two types. One is a fluctuating right of recoupment and another one is a fixed right of recoupment. In case of a fluctuating right of recoupment, which is also called as a right of recoupment throughout the period of agreement. In this type of right, the short workings of earlier period are to be recovered in the subsequent year whenever there is a surplus. Suppose, say for example, if the agreement of the royalty is meant for 10 years, in the first 3 years or 4 years, there may be short working. In the subsequent years, maybe like a 5th, 6th, 7th year, it may have a surplus, and immediately there is no any time limit for the recovery of the short working in case of fluctuating right of recoupment. Now let's come to the fixed right of recoupment. It refers to the recovery of earlier short workings for a fixed period only when not more than that. That means it will have a fixed tenure within which the short workings are to be recovered here. In other words, to say, it's the condition which is put by the owner of the asset to the user of the asset to recover his losses within a stipulated time. So that is what is called as a fixed right of recoupment. In other words, to say, short workings can be recouped, for example, within the first 4 years or next 2 years, like this here. So once that period is over, there is no possibility of recovering of the short workings which are there in the earlier years. Then strike or lockout. Sometimes there may be stoppage of the production due to the strike or lockout. In that case here, there should be reduction of minimum rent proportionately to the period of the strike. For example, say the minimum rent is fixed as rupees 12,000, and if there is a 3 months strike, so only 9 months rent is to be paid here. So here there should be reduction in the amount of the minimum rent proportional to the period of strike, or sometimes the agreement may also provide that the actual royalty itself will discharge the obligation of the minimum rent irrespective of the minimum rent here. Now let us see the treatment of e-recovery of the short working. So when the user of the asset, that is the lessee or the publisher or the manufacturer who has short workings in the earlier years but which cannot be recouped due to the insufficient amount of the surplus, or there is no surplus at all. In such case, it is considered as a loss to the user of the right, and which will be transferred to his P&L account by debiting that one. So which whatever is the loss, that will be transferred to the profit and loss account. Now let us look into the journal entries in the books of user of the right, that is lessee or a publisher or a tenant, when minimum rent account is not maintained. There are two methods here. Sometimes minimum rent can be maintained and sometimes the minimum rent may not be maintained. So when the minimum rent is not maintained, the journal entries, now let's look into this. When a royalty is less than the minimum rent, royalty account debit, short working account debit to landlord account. Here the royalty account is a nominal account here, so debit the expenses or the losses as per the rule of nominal account. Then when the payment is made to the landlord, here landlord account debit to cash or bank account. Here the landlord is a receiver of the benefit, so as a rule of a personal account, debit the receiver, where the cash account is a real account, so credit what goes out. So for transfer of royalty at the end of the year, profit and loss account debit to royalty account, because royalty is considered as an expenditure to the user of the right here. Then for recovery of the short working, landlord account debit to short workings account here. For irrecovery of the short working here, profit and loss account debit to short working. Here, during the course of the solving the problem, the profit and loss account to royalty account and the profit and loss account to short working can be clubbed as profit and loss account debit to royalty and to short working. Now, let's go for the journal entries in the books of lessee if minimum rent account is maintained. Here some additional 2 entries will come that we need to pass here. So when minimum rent account is opened, minimum rent account debit to landlord account. When the minimum rent account is closed here, rent account debit to short working account to minimum rent account. And all the remaining entries, they remain same here, except this one additional entry. All the things will be remaining same here. So the next one here, when the payment is made to landlord here, landlord account debit to cash or bank account. For transfer of the royalty, profit and loss account debit to royalty account. For recovery of the short working, again it remains same, landlord account debit to short working. If there is any recovery of the short working which is a loss to the user of the right, which will be transferred to his P&L account. So then the entry will be profit and loss account debit to short working account here. So this is the royalty payable chart. So while solving the problem, this happens to be the most important chart which is to be prepared so that the problem will run very smoothly here. So it will have the columns like year, output, royalty, minimum rent, short working, surplus, recovery, irrecovery, payment to the landlord here. So in the output, the royalty will be charged on the basis of the quantity here or on the basis of the sales here, and minimum rent will be there. And short working, it is nothing but the difference between minimum rent and the royalty here, where the surplus is the difference between the royalty and the minimum rent here. So recovery will be there and irrecovery will be transferred to the P&L account, and ultimately the last payment to the landlord, so which will be there. So in case if the royalty is less than the minimum rent, then the amount to be paid to the landlord will be the minimum rent only. In case if the royalty is more than the minimum rent here, then after recovery of the short working, it will be paid to the landlord account here. Thank you for watching this video.